Morning, and the world is a hush of blue shadows. Soren sits at his desk, the silence of the room punctuated only by the rhythmic, steady blink of a cursor on a white screen. The report is due tomorrow. He knows he should type, he knows he should start, and yet his hands remain still. Why do we do this? Why do we delay the very things we know will hurt us if left undone? We often look at Soren and call this laziness. We assume it is a failure of will or a lack of discipline. But procrastination is rarely about the work itself. It is a mystery of the heart, not the calendar. When Soren looks at that blank page, he isn't seeing a task. He is seeing a mirror that might reflect his own inadequacy. We don't avoid the work, we avoid the way the work makes us feel. Procrastination is actually an act of emotional regulation. To the brain, a difficult task feels like a threat. It triggers the same fight or flight response as a rustle in the grass. For Soren, the report represents the possibility of failure, the weight of judgment, or the crushing boredom of a tedious afternoon. He isn't choosing to be idle. His mind is choosing to survive a perceived emotional attack. This is the great misunderstanding. Laziness is a lack of desire to do anything. Procrastination is a state of being overwhelmed by the desire to do it perfectly. Soren wants to succeed so badly that the fear of not succeeding freezes him in place. It is a high-stakes game played in the theater of the mind, where the now is safe and the future is a storm. Inside Soren's mind, two forces are in constant tension. One side is the rational self, the one that knows the deadline is coming and cares about long-term goals. The other is the emotional self, the one that only cares about the present moment. In this moment, Amara, his partner, walks in with a warm mug, offering a brief window of comfort. The emotional self leaps at the chance to feel good, even for just 5 minutes. The emotional self is short-sighted, but incredibly powerful. It sees the stress of the report and the relief of the coffee, and it chooses the relief every time. This is mood repair. We procrastinate because it provides immediate, though fleeting, relief from the negative emotions associated with a task. Soren takes the mug from Amara, and for a heartbeat, the pressure vanishes. Modern life has made this struggle even harder. We live in a world designed to feed the emotional self. Every notification on Soren's phone is a tiny door leading away from discomfort. The digital world offers 1,000 paths of least resistance, training our brains to flee at the first hint of effort. We aren't getting weaker, the sirens are just getting louder. Each time Soren checks a notification or scrolls through a feed, his brain receives a tiny hit of dopamine. It's a reward for escaping the threat of his work. This reinforces the habit, building a loop where avoidance feels like a victory. But deep down, the rational self is still watching the clock, and the underlying anxiety only grows heavier beneath the surface of the distraction. To break the cycle, Soren must realize that he isn't fighting a task, he is fighting a feeling. He doesn't need better time management, he needs better emotion management. The reframe is simple but profound. I am not avoiding the report. I am avoiding the fear of not being good enough. By naming the emotion, the threat begins to lose its power over his nervous system. Procrastination is not a scar. It is a signal. It tells us where we are afraid and where we care. When you understand that your brain is just trying to protect you from discomfort, you can stop fighting yourself. Soren opens his eyes, looks at the screen, and types one imperfect sentence. When you stop fearing the feeling, the work finally begins.